Mr. Ball, what case are you on? Mr. Ball? Mr. Ball? Nokia C5. What's your name, ma'am? Oh, start our audio. Nokia C5. What's your name, ma'am? You're muted. What's your name, ma'am?
Yes.
What's your name?
Myra Cisneros?
Okay. Have you talked to your attorney this morning?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She knows about today, though, right? Because she's not on yet.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to mute you again until your case is called.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Mr. Ball, what case are you on?
The Moran case, Your Honor.
Moran case? Do you have a cause?
I do. If you give me one moment, I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
It is going to be 2021 DCL 00584.
Okay. You're not on my docket, so let me see if it was passed or what happened. So hold on. Uh-huh. Mr. Ball, the decree was submitted, so the court coordinator took it off the docket?
We're good to go. Thank you so much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
your help.
You're welcome. You too.
All right. Do we have a?
Hold on, let me close my door, Judge.
Okay, we ready?
Yes. Yes.
2021 66 2021 Myra Cisneros, Juan Francisco.
There's a bad echo in your.
Yeah.
Bad echo in your.
I don't know why. You're right. You're right. You worked yesterday.
Try it.
Hello?
Try talking again.
Hello.
Okay, it's Mr. Rodriguez's thing is giving us the echo.
Is there a Myra Cisneros? Where's Miss Sosa?
She's not on yet.
Okay, who do we have on the screen?
We have her client and we have the.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes, Your Honor. He's Juan Francisco Cisneros.
Who?
Juan Francisco Cisneros.
Okay, well, hold off a second. We're waiting for you. Is Myra Cisneros on?
She's the one in the black cap.
Okay, well, we're waiting for attorney. While we do that, let me call 2021 DCL 4239, Colon, Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Rodriguez.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Judge, we've
morning,
agreed,
Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez and I have agreed with the court's permission to pass on this case till March the 18th so we can get the appraisals done and other things done. And Stella's given us that day of March the 18th for the final.
Okay. And the
That's
appraisal,
correct, Judge.
the appraisal, you both have agreed to the appraiser or what?
The court appointed the appraiser, Judge.
No,
Larry
that's
Liat.
right. Is that Mr. Leal? Ms. Salas?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right, and has he given an indication when this will be ready?
He's having some issues getting out to the house, Judge. I think he's had scheduled to be out there, Albert, on the 4th.
Judge, we had offered, he initially offered a date last week. We couldn't make that. We offered the 4th, but he can't make the 4th. So he is waiting for an additional date for sometime next week. And hopefully we'll be able to work that out with him today.
All right, well, we set it for the 18th.
Judge, do you need an order for that effect, or the date's good right now?
March
It's
18th,
March 18th. Okay.
right? That's what you all agreed to, March 18th,
Yes.
right?
We'll submit an order to that effect, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you for
Thank you,
being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. That's all I have before this honorable court. May be excused.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
You too, Judge.
Thank you,
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. By the way, I went
Thank you,
by the
Judge.
mailbox. Thank you.
Yes, Judge.
Appreciate it.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Have a good day. Good to
You
see
too.
everybody.
You too, Mr. Rodriguez.
Bye-bye.
Say hello to your dad for me.
Bye-bye. Yes, yes, sir. I will.
All right. Do we need can we start the criminal dockets?
No, but Miss Sosa is on.
Ms. Sosa.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, we got called Cisneros, and we have Mr. Cisneros on the screen here in the courthouse. What is going on with this case?
This is a prove up, Your Honor, just a 5-minute prove up.
All right, raise your right hand, Mr. Cisneros and Mrs. Cisneros. And Mrs. Cisneros, unmute yourself, please.
There she. Okay.
Thank
Do
you.
do you solemnly? Your right hand, ma'am.
Oh,
You're
it's-
Do you both solemnly swear from the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Y'all can put your hands down.
All right, Ms. Sosa, proceed.
Yes, can you please state your name for the record? Ms.
My-
Cisneros? Yes,
Myra Cisneros.
okay. And you're currently married to the respondent in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Juan Francisco Cisneros?
Yes.
And you were married on or about September 14th, 1997 and separated on or about December 2008. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are asking for a divorce because the marriage has become insupportable due to discord or conflict of personalities between yourself and Mr. Cisneros that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's no reasonable expectation of reconciliation.
No, ma'am. We've been separated for 15 years.
Yes. Okay. And so it's amicable. I know you all have two children that were born of this marriage, Juan Francisco Cisneros and Dominique Cisneros. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you're currently there are some orders regarding those children already in place. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're just asking that remain in effect and that continue as previously ordered.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And with respect to property, because you all have been separated for so long, there is no community property, and you're only asking that everything in your personal possession be awarded to you, and the same to Mr. Cisneros. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that would be the same with respect to the debts as well.
Yes.
Okay. And so you are also asking for a name change from Myra Cisneros to Myra Almeida. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're just asking that the court grant the divorce.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I pass the witness. I'm not sure if the respondent is here.
Yes, he is.
Okay, Mr. Cisneros, did you hear everything that
Yes.
I asked? Did you
Yes, I
hear
did.
everything? Okay, and you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so we're just asking that the court grant the divorce, Your Honor.
All right. Court will take judicial notice of all documents on file. The court finds that it has jurisdiction by virtue of the domiciliary requirements of the family code. The court hereby, having heard the evidence of petitioner in support of her petition for divorce and the agreement of respondent for the divorce, the court hereby grants the divorce as prayed for and grants the division of the assets as stated on the record. Further, the court hereby grants the change of name from Myra Cisneros to Myra Almeida. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
sir.
right. All right. I'll be granted. Thank you very much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all we have. May we all be excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, do we have another case number with the AG on this case?
I think that's it, right?
For the
don't-
divorce?
I don't know how to answer that. Are you asking me? Who are you asking?
Whoever, I mean, I just want to know, is it going to be consolidated or no?
Yes, we are, we had filed, I think, a motion to transfer, but we will submit that order as well with the final decree. So it could be all consolidated together.
They'll be granted. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
So, just wait and see, that's what they
I'll
need.
call the criminal docket.
You report or something.
Nine.
Why is this set for 9 when it's not a
Pero
jail?
I don't.
Why are we setting it when it's not a jail docket?
Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. God dang. I keep thinking
That's
today.
why we set it at 9, because it is.
Yeah, no, we have to because the jail won't be ready for it. I keep thinking
All your
today.
days are coming together?
Yes, they are.
Oh, no. Miss Nicelas, you can log off.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Likewise.
All right. Yeah,
I forgot to use her new last name.
that was my plan.
Hello, Alejandro. I don't know if you want to log back in at 9. Mr. Hinojosa.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey, your client's in quarantine, so he's not going to be here today. So, Norma said
Oh,
first,
okay.
Estela, can you give Ish a date, either like a Monday or Tuesday? I would say a little bit, like a couple of weeks, because he's in quarantine.
How much far out, Cindy?
I don't know. The guy's in quarantine. I would say a couple of weeks.
Yeah, probably at least 2.
Yeah.
Okay, what about if I put you down for the 22nd? Would that work?
Yeah, that should be fine.
February?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that'll
February
work.
22nd.
That gets us 3 weeks out, so it should be fine.
Okay. So, Mr. Reynosa, you can be excused. So.
Thank you. And
You're welcome.
can we quarantine Mr. Herrera's face? I don't like Mr. Herrera's face.
Oh, he can't hear you.
He's a deaf and old and ugly. We'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. So
You
Mr.
too.
Herrera had nothing but nice things to say about him.
I will. DC1, who do you have there?
George Rodriguez.
George Rodriguez. Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Buenos días, Normita. Buenos días, Estelita. ¿Cómo amanecieron?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios. ¿Y tú?
Pues aquí ando juntando botes de aluminio para que me alcance.
Ay, güey.
I'm gonna be at
You're muted, Judge.
All right. Let me call out the 2020 DCR 254. Fingerprints for Joel Luis Rodriguez. Joe Luis Rodriguez.
Yes.
That's my case, Judge.
Yes, well, I'm calling it, sir. What's going on this one? This is a motion to revoke. How does your client intend to plead on the motion to revoke?
He intends to plead true, Judge. We have an agreement for 9 months.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Rodriguez. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony you will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down.
(2020) DCR 254E, State of Texas, George Luis Rodriguez. Is that your true and correct name?
Yes, Judge.
Are you the same Joe Luis Rodriguez that on July 21st, 2020, pled guilty to and were placed to possession of marijuana more than 4 ounces, less than 5 pounds, a state jail felony? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you received a 2-year state jail probated sentence for 4 years. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're represented by Mr. Peña here this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Peña, do you waive formal reading of the state's motion to revoke?
We do, Judge.
All right. Do you find your client competent and able to assist you in any defense he may have?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Judge. It broke up.
Find your client competent and able to assist you in any defenses he may have?
Yes, Judge, he is competent. Thank you.
All right. Have you had an opportunity to go over the allegations contained in the state's motion to revoke with your client?
Yes, I have, Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez, your attorney advises me that he has gone over the allegations in the state's motion to revoke your probation with you. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And after having done so, do you feel you understand the allegations?
I'm sorry.
Do you feel you understand the allegations after having gone over them with your counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. When I ask you, how do you wish to plead to the allegations contained in the state's motion to revoke your probation? Are they true or not true?
True.
Are you aware that on your plea of true, in all reasonable probability, I will find the allegations of the state's motion to revoke to be true, and in all reasonable probability, your community supervision will be revoked? Are you aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading true because the allegations contained in the state's motion to revoke are true and for no other reason?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened you, promised you anything, or placed you under any fear of any kind to force you to enter a plea of true before me today?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading true, you're giving up constitutional right to confront the witnesses, the right to have them appear in person, and the right to have your attorney cross-examine them? Are you understanding you give up that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
The plea agreement is for what?
9 months, Judge, and I believe he already has credit for the 9 months. Or very, very close to it.
The court will not go by that agreement. The court will not accept that agreement. The court is inclined to sentence Mr. Rodriguez to the full 2 years in the state jail facility. He's not only violated his condition of probation, he has committed and he's been associated with completely the same thing I told him not to be involved when I first placed him on probation back in 2020. He not only disregarded the conditions, he further violated the law.
Yeah,
And that, in this court, is a no-no. You don't do that. If you don't do that without thinking you're not going to get some consequences out of it, and 9 months is not consequences. He's sentenced to 2 years. The court is inclined to give him those 2 years, unless I hear something different from you, Mr. Peña.
So, Judge, at the time that it was during the COVID situation, and I understand what the allegations are, the new allegations of what was going on. He has been employed with his father-in-law. He is living with his grandmother. He has the ability to have stability in his life. He has the opportunity to move forward in a positive direction. And I think he has the right attitude to also do that. We believe that 9 months is a significant amount of time for this individual to have spent in custody in Cameron County, and that he has, I'm sorry, something broke through, and that he has reformed, Judge, and that he will move forward in a positive way. He has the opportunity and the background, the family, the support method that many people are deprived of. So I believe that he can, I think that George can and will move forward in a positive direction. And for him, for this individual, 9 months is a significant amount of time to change your mind about how you should be living your life and what needs to be done. So I agree that the allegations are of significance, but for this particular individual, I believe that it's sufficient for having both been punished and moving forward.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Peña, I respectfully disagree. The court will take additional notice of all documents on file. Based on your plea of true, Mr. Rodriguez, there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations in the state's motion to revoke, and I hereby find them to be true. I hereby assess your punishment as follows. It is the order.
Judge, may I interrupt? Before you, this is a plea agreement case, and this is only a plea agreement case. If you're about to punish him to something other or outside the plea agreement, then we request the opportunity to withdraw our plea of guilty.
It's a plea of true.
Yes, Judge, it is a plea of true based upon a plea
Are
agreement.
this governed by the same rights to withdraw the plea of guilty when he originally pleads to a new offense?
His understanding is that if he did, it's only a plea agreement. It's the only reason we came before the court is because we have a plea agreement with the prosecution, understanding that the court can bust the plea agreement.
I understand what you're saying, Mr. Peña. Mr. Janus, am I required to put this back on the docket?
Not entirely sure, Your Honor. I guess I could look into it. Defense counsel reached out.
It's my understanding that on a motion to revoke, that is not the case. But
yeah, my understanding
I stand to be corrected. I stand to be corrected. I know that on original pleas, they cannot, I will, because that's one of the admonishments that I give them. In an original plea is that if I do not accept the plea agreement, I will allow them an opportunity to withdraw their plea of guilty. I don't see that same admonishment, have never used the same admonishment on motions to revoke or motions to adjudicate. So therefore I need to get some guidance because I'm going to do the right thing. Whatever the law requires, Mr. Peña, I will follow it. So if the law requires that you be allowed to withdraw your plea of true and proceed to a full-blown hearing, I will give you that right. But I want to make sure that that's correct.
Judge, my understanding after consulting with someone in my office is that the defendant pleads true or not true, and you decide. But if the court wants to be precautious, we could reset this matter. And
I don't want to do anything that the law does not allow me to do. It was my understanding that this was operated a little differently than an original plea of guilt with a recommended sentence, because just by the mere fact of the admonishments tells me that there's a difference here. Otherwise, the admonishment will be contained in a motion to revoke or motion to adjudicate. Do you understand that if I don't follow the agreement that you have, I'll allow you an opportunity to withdraw your plea of true, things like that. I have never had that admonishment. I'm not familiar with that admonishment in motions to revoke or adjudicate. So I stand to be corrected, Mr. Peña or Mr. Janus. Give me some light so I can see.
So, Judge, in light of what your position was from the beginning, my understanding was that if they offer the 9 months, then it's a plea agreement type of case. If I need to actually have someone in his family try to convince you as to something different as to what the punishment should be.
I do not want that. No, the only thing I want to know is I want to be clear on the law, Mr. Peña. Are you right, or am I? Because I think that I don't require it because they're not in the admonishments that I've ever given to anybody. in any of these proceedings. They
So-
are the admonishments that I give to original pleas of guilty, where they come to me with a recommended sentence. I have no doubt about that, but I don't know if they're governed by the same protocol in this case. That's all I'm asking.
So that is my understanding, Judge, and that was Mr. Rodriguez's understanding, that we were coming before the court with an agreement from the state that 9 months would be the
Yeah.
punishment.
Well,
And so we request, that
So-
to withdraw his plea of true before he's sentenced, and to actually, I guess, move forward with the case in whatever manner the court chooses, but to withdraw our plea of true.
and I will allow you to do that if in fact you're allowed to do that. That's what the question is.
How do you want to proceed from here, Judge?
Well, Mr. Janis has asked me for some time. I'm giving you some time to enlighten me. If I'm wrong, I will certainly allow you to withdraw your plea of guilt, of true.
Your Honor, this is Probation Officer Hilda Lanis.
Yes.
I just want to bring it up to the court that I'm listening to what the attorney is mentioning, but Mr. Rodriguez hasn't made any efforts to pay anything at the district clerk's office. He has some classes pending, and not only did he get arrested in Harris County, he also had a charge there at the sheriff's department for an assault causes bodily injury.
I'm aware of I read his file before I got on.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Janis, help me out. This should be a very easy thing to go to the law and see what is it. I have the code of criminal procedure here. I have whatever. Just give me the article, the section.
Judge, if I could get 10 minutes to look, maybe Mr. Pena can point us and show us where in the code it's just that. My understanding is once you plead true, that's it. There's no really pre-agreement. We kind of said, yeah, we'll agree to 9 months. Judge doesn't have to agree to that. But give me a few minutes and I'll do some research.
And Judge, I don't have the opportunity to do research. I'm in a parking lot in another county waiting for a court to begin in another county.
Yeah,
So I don't have anything available to me. I'd
That's
request
surmised.
that we reset the case for me to have a day or two to look into the matter.
And Mr. Pena, I would really appreciate it if you enlighten me, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I mean, I don't want to give you a hard time this morning, but I'd like to know.
I don't have
I've never had this issue come up that as you have requested, and I certainly don't want to trample over your client's rights to do that.
And Judge, I've never had this issue come up. Typically what happens is I approach the bench and we tell them what the agreement is, and the judge will give us a heads up as to whether or not
that's a different thing. Yeah, well, those I have too, Mr. Pena. I do have those where they come to me and say, Judge, this is this, and then they explain to me why and the rationale. We have a discussion and we agree to agree or agree to disagree. But that is also the case here. But I was not approached. This was just given to me like this. And my assessment of this case is a little bit different than yours, and to be expected. But, I do honestly believe that Mr. Rodriguez deserves more punishment than 9 months. And I understand everything you've told me. But I want to do it the right way. I do not want to cause you any problems, Mr. Pena, or regarding your representation. I just want that cleared up for me right now. And
so, Judge,
I understand that you have no ability to do that because you're in a car in the parking lot and you have no access to your computer where you can do the research. So that's why we are asking the public servant to do that, Mr. Janis.
Reading from my punishment and probation book, if I may read under admonishments, by pleading true to a motion to adjudicate or revoke, a defendant is exposed to punishment by confinement and or fine and numerous collateral penalties and consequences. However, a judge is not required to admonish the defendant facing a motion to adjudicate or revoke in the same manner required by statute for a guilty plea. Presumably, the defendant was admonished as to the range of punishment and other consequences during the original plea proceedings. Before accepting a plea of true to a motion to adjudicate or revoke, a judge is not required to inform the defendant that any punishment recommendation is not binding or permit the defendant to withdraw the plea of true if the judge rejects the recommendation. However, if the judge, the state, or the defendant's attorney misinformed the defendant regarding the non-binding nature of a recommendation or the inability to withdraw the plea of true may be involuntary. But that would require Mr. Pena to admit on the record that he misinformed his client that he
I'm
could
not,
withdraw.
yeah, well, I'm not gonna, obviously, there is expectations here. Mr. Pena, I'll allow you to withdraw the plea of truth and set
Thank
this
you,
date for
Judge.
hearing. When can you be here?
In person to have a hearing.
Yeah, we're gonna have a hearing.
I would say basically, Judge, I need to talk with my client and I need to see what the manner is for the hearing. So if
I
we
will
could
ta-
reset it
Yeah, okay, I'll reset it.
We-
I
for a
I
month.
will signal you this much, Mr. Pena, maybe not the maximum, but at least 18 months.
Thank you,
Alright.
Judge. I appreciate
All
it.
right, so we'll reset it for what, a week?
If we could reset it, let me look at my calendar, Judge, and I would think that if I could have at least 2 weeks to deal with it. One, that maybe puts me on the 15th.
Judge, if I may, will this be a contested hearing?
Apparently that, I mean, I'm allowing him to withdraw his plea of true, so he's really not true now, I guess. And, you know, I guess so, yeah.
Judge, if it could be in 2 weeks and we're doing it via Zoom, I could do that.
We can do that Zoom hearing. Give him 2 weeks, Ms. Salas.
February 15th.
We'll see you February 15th. Zoom
Thank you,
hearing.
Judge.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, what, Norma? Sleep at the wheel.
Yay, a full-blown hearing. Sorry, I couldn't answer the phone, Alejandro. I was already on the record.
Really? Norma,
He's just talking with the judge.
We're gonna have to.
we can have any deal we want with the state. And I have a deal right now, but the judge doesn't have to follow it. So right now, the guy that went before me had a plea agreement with the state. And he wanted to get lower. They gave him 9 months and the judge says, fuck you. You want to give him more? Yeah. And in probation, he's the one that says,
Ruben, I can hear you.
I can. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I muted you, Mr. Herrera.
I'm just trying to see if I want to reset my case.
Oh.
Oh, man. Practicing law.
Fun.
Thank you, Cindy. You can smile too, Stella.
Mr. Herrera, Mr. De La Garza, Ms. Martinez. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so the judge had to leave on an emergency, and so the 197th is going to be hearing your criminal cases. So let me give you their Zoom information.
Can I talk to Norma before we go up to the 197th?
Norma. Mr. Herrera wants to talk to you.
Norma, can we reset my case?
Ruben wants to reset.
Huh?
Ruben
Can
wants to
we
reset.
reset my case?
You want to reset it?
Yes, because I want to be able to talk to the prosecutor and go talk to the judge. It's going to be the same situation as one prior. So
Okay, so what do you want to do it for next week or what?
yeah, next week.
It would have to be on Monday though.
Okay. You know what? Give me a couple of weeks.
Then get it from the day from Estela.
Estela, are you there? What about the 14th or 15th?
14th is what?
Monday.
A Monday.
Or the 15th on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's okay, Norma?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I have something too.
Norma.
I need to leave.
Monday.
I filed, it's a motion hearing for Michelle Nicole Hernandez. I filed a motion for an evaluation, psychological evaluation.
See, I don't know if you want to move that. You want to move it to Friday since she's not in custody?
She is in custody.
She's in custody?
Yes, Michelle Nicole Hernandez. She's been at the hospital. She's being released today. She's going to be sent back to Carrizales.
Oh, okay. So you need to move it, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Also, okay.
The 15th.
So how? I mean, you want the 15th also, or next week?
I thought the judge had already signed the order. I thought I received that yesterday. No?
No, the order setting, but not the order granting.
I see. Yeah, it doesn't matter. She's going to be back at Carrizales today.
She's gonna. Okay, so then we'll do the 14th on a Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. De La Garza, let me give you the Zoom info for the 197.
If it's the same one they always use, I already have it.
Oh, is
I
it
think.
this? Do you have it the 768?
Yeah. 768.
Yes, 768. Yeah, there, Mr. Judge Cordova is gonna hear your case. You're the only one going up there.
Okay, well, I'll go,
Cindy,
I guess.
who's the
Log
what's
in.
the case that's going to be heard?
Mr. De La Garza's case. So 2021 DCR 1051. Jim Beam Richardson.
Okay, so Flores, Raul, and Garcia Manuel got reset?
Yes. Everybody else got reset.
Okay, so Richardson would be the only one.
Yes, for the 197.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Cindy, what about Emmanuel Cruz Garcia?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Carrizales. Well, Mr. Gomez isn't on. So if you can also send Emmanuel Cruz Garcia up there or to the 197th as well.
Okay, so it would be those two, Garcia Manuel and Richardson Jim.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So do I log in over there, Cindy, or?
I get Norma's going up there. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So she'll take care of them?
I don't know, Estela.
No? She left already?
She just walked she's walking out of the courtroom right now.
Oh, I guess I'll let her take care of it.
Am I gonna need that Zoom information as well?
I guess I don't know. Here, go ahead and take it down so you can just log in case you are.
Okay.
It's 768 706 5547.
Okay.
And their password is 197.
197. Okay. I'll go to that. Thank you.
Okay.
Good day. Good day, everyone.
You too.
Thank you.